Alright guys, so I'm sharing with you this free lighting add-on that I made here, and I'm going to share it out for members. It'll be inside of the Discord, and the full version is going to be inside my Blender Octane community. Links down below for both of those. This is something I've been working on with ChatGPT and Claude and the Blender MCP add-on. Here's first thing first. If you're using my Blender setup, my Blender Octane setup scene, where I have Octane and Cycles all in the same scene, you can switch between them. It won't work properly in that because I haven't coded it for that yet. I've just been coding it in the Blender. If you go to Blender, new Octane setup, path tracing or direct, but path tracing is the one you want to use. I've been building the add-on in that because that's what you would typically want to do. You'll build it in the default Blender setup scene. So if you go to that and then you'll copy the code, you can go into the Discord and copy the code, and you're going to copy it in here to scripting, okay? And just load it in through the scripting modify, and then just hit the play button. Just go new, copy paste the code, and then there's going to be a play button's going to appear, and then hit play. Or you can also just do it the traditional Blender Octane way. So once you get that, you'll come into the tab here, and here is the Blender tab. Like, boom, check it out. Octane, the 3-point lighting control rig. Again, this is just to get you in that ballpark. If you're constantly set up 3-point lightings, and now I know there is another add-on that comes default with Blender, but this is for Octane, right? This is for us Octaners. If I come in here, I can delete my current lighting rig here. I have the world blacked out. We actually have a button here that's right here that will disable the world. It's kind of not connected right now, so I'll get that work in progress again. So that'll basically black the whole world out, black your whole scene out at a click of a button. And then I can come in here and I've got these presets which I've just added. Reg kind of tightened it down for me, so that's what I'm going to share for you. We got all these presets. Now guys, they're just general setups. They're nothing like, it's nothing hardcore. This is work in progress. It's just saving you a couple of clicks. You're still going to need to tweak light values. You're going to still need to tweak positionings and things, but this is just saving you a lot of time. So if I come in here and just go to my classic 3-point setup, I can go ahead and hit apply. Boom, it applies the classic 3-point setup, right? And then from there, if I jump into my camera, here it is. You can see we've got the view. Now the lights are coming in hot. The values are pretty hot here. So, bear with me. Work in progress, like I said. You guys can adjust that. And actually, I just stumbled upon this. Reg did make an update, which I just kind of stumbled upon. If you go into the actual lighting add-on, here are some general settings. You can set your own defaults here, like default lighting power, or the default you want to use black body emissions, or you want to use color emissions. I just found that out before I started this video, so you've got that option there. Let me just kind of quickly run through. Let me set this back to 1. There we go. So there's like a quick 3-point lighting setup, and which is really nice is you can see it's generated 3 lights. We've got our key light, we've got a fill light, and then we also have a rim light. And if you come in here, each one of these has its own parameter that you can use to move the light around. For example, I can come in here and I can say, I'll just go down the list. We have this RGB or black body. So right now they're set up to black bodies because that's typically what I use a lot of times. And then if you wanted to use RGB value, you can select that. And now you're using this RGB spectrum node down here, and we can actually change the colors. Again, it comes in super hot because of this slider here. So you'll use that to dial these in. And then, you can dial your settings in. I'm going to go back to black body. And then you got right here in key light. So we're working with our key light, which is this, the disc here. And I can move this position here, right here. Here's like the distance from the origin. These lights will always be generated from wherever the world origin is. So for example, if I come here and I select my bot, and I go ahead and put the world origin on him, delete my lighting setup, and go ahead and bring in a new one. Just go ahead, you can update lights right there. Now the origin point is set based off of him. So that's how you would set that up, okay? And then again, I can control the height of each light, which is really nice, and I can control the distance. You want to reset all of these values, hit reset to default, boom, there it is. And then this one controls the rotation right here, so we can go ahead and rotate that around. Then I also added in an option to use spotlights if you guys want to use the spotlight instead. There is the spotlight, and then again we have the cone shape. We can make how big we want that, and we can also control the hardness, that edge hardness right there. Ooh, I love it. Look at that. It's super dope, right? And then again, inside of that, we also have the normalize option. I just put that in there just in case anybody needed that. There's the normalize option. So again, if we got our power output, there's 0, right? Come in here at 1000, there's 1000. There's 100. Okay, now we can, again, like I said, we can switch that to RGB color mode. Boom, now we're working with the RGB color values. So again, in Octane, I prefer to use the real world values, so that just kind of helps. So, but this is here if you want to use those and get fancy with all the colors and stuff like that. And that also works in spotlight mode. Ooh, man, I couldn't figure that out Thanks, Reg, for that. Then we also have this slider here so if we want to get those hard edges, you can use this to adjust the size of your actual light here. And then I can go ahead and change that. Let's go back to default, reset everything to default. I can also change this. If you don't want to use disk, you can come up here and use rectangle, and then the sizing here changes dynamically. So we've got the width, and then we've got the height, so you can change that around. Same here, if we go to the square, it's just going to be a uniform control because it's a square, and the same with the disc. And then you also have the ellipse with its independent sizing and control for you to do it there. Reset that to default. So we got our key light. We can enable our key light, and then we can come down here. Here is our fill light. Same controls. The fill light will be on this side. There's our fill light. We also have the option, if this is in the shot, for example, if this is in the shot, we can just tick this and it hides it out of the shot. Super easy, super convenient, right? I love it, dude. Oh, one of my key favorite features, because I use this a lot when I'm doing lighting, boom, you can just turn on your false color. So if you want to dial that in, if those of you don't know what false color is, something that I've learned I use from back in my cinematography days. We use false color to basically, it puts on the lighting on a scale, so you can find out if it's super blown out, it will be red. For example, if we go to 1000, now it's like really overexposed, so you kind of want to avoid the red hot spots basically. So you can Google that, what the false color is, if you don't know what that is, if that's something new to you. Now we just added these presets in here. Again, bear with me, they're not like, you know, scientifically measured, right? They're just giving you some general quick different setups here. So some of them, like, you know, work in progress, directional sun. So like, actually you should probably just reset everything to default. Let me delete that and go ahead and bring that in. So again, some of them are kind of like not working, or some of them they do work, but the values are just kind of so low. You will have to do and tweak these a little bit, but I will be releasing the updated versions of this as we are building this. Hope you guys like this. This is just some of the stuff that's happening inside of my Blender Octane community. Now, it's basically, who's it for? It's for beginners, it's for intermediate, it's for advanced people, it's for pretty much anybody who's just hardcore about Blender Octane. You know the struggles. There's not a lot of resources out there. A lot of these videos, this video would have been only for my community members, but now I'm just putting it out there for everybody, because when you join the community, you're getting the perks of the community. You're getting the perks of being in a tight niche of people who all love Blender Octane, answering each other's questions, uploading files. Now we can upload video natively. So if there's something wrong, just do a quick screen record the video natively, drop it in the community and watch it. You don't have to go out and put a link somewhere and then bring it back, all natively inside of there. So enough of my jibber jabber. Links down below if you're into that. Go to the Discord, download this version. Hope you guys enjoyed. Patrick LeVar, peace. I'm out.